Hey Sinners, Sean here from the Sinful Cuts podcast, and I just wanted to take a moment just to let you know about some exciting news that Shannon and I have for you. So this Saturday, August 17th, Shannon and I are going to be moderating our first panel discussion. We were invited by Nicole Wolverton to head on down to the Fairless Hills Barnes & Noble. That's the Fairless Hills Barnes & Noble at the Court at Oxford Valley from noon until 2. We're going to be moderating the Summer Screams Horror Author Panel Discussion and Book Signing. It is going to be packed with the best and most fascinating and most personable and charismatic horror authors that you have ever laid your eyes on. We have got Nicole Wolverton, we have got Todd Kiesling, Laura Parnham, Danye Coles, Vincent Tirado. First hour is going to be the panel discussion. Second hour is going to be the book signing. We are covering all of the subgenres of horror. We have adult horror and YA horror, middle grade horror. We have got gothic. We have got chillers and thrillers and creature features, and your skin is going to crawl, but in a good way, and we can't wait to see you down there. So from noon until 2, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, the Barnes & Noble at the Court at Oxford Valley. We'll see you there. Cannot wait. Please come down and say hi. What Shannon and I thought we would do, which would be fun, is all week long, we're going to be releasing little intros with the authors so you can get to know them if you don't already. So let's start off with Vincent Tirado. Enjoy. Hi, Cinners. How's everybody doing? This is the Sinful Cuts podcast, and we've got a special little short episode tonight. We have an incredible event coming up on the 17th. We are going to be at the Barnes & Noble. And Shannon, the Barnes & Noble is, because I always mess up the name of this town. The name of the town is?
Fairless Hills in Pennsylvania.
Thank you, because I keep telling everyone it's in Fishkill, and that's not even the right state. So nope, it is not. Fairless Hills. And we are going to post that everywhere, and it's going to be in bold letters, and no one will be able to make the mistake. But we're so excited tonight because we have Vincent Tirado. If you're into horror and you're into great literature and you're into great horror literature, then you know Vincent. But if you don't, well, let's correct that right now. So Vincent Tirado is a non-binary Afro-Latin Bronx native. Vincent, does that mean you're a Yankees fan?
I am not. I can't do. If I'm not literally playing the sport, like if I'm not on the field, I don't care about it.
Guess what you're getting? Guess what you're getting right now. It's my favorite answer ever. Thank you. Their first novel, Burn Down, Rise Up, was recognized for the Pure Belpré Award, a Bram Stoker and Lambda Literary Award finalist. Oh my goodness. Since then, they've published We Don't Swim Here and a short story in the horror anthology The Black Girl Survives in this one. Their latest novel, We Came to Welcome You, is now available for pre-order, and oh boy, everybody get out there and pre-order this book. When they're not busy being a menace to society, you can find them harassing their cat Bugsy, who we just met. And let me tell you, I think Bugsy can hold his own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. We are so honored that you agreed to come on our little podcast. We're so excited to be together on the 17th and to and just have a really good time. We're going to talk horror. We've got a bunch of great authors. Everyone is going to have their own little episode this week, so I'm not going to spoil anything for our listeners. You're going to have to tune in to find out who's on tomorrow and who's on the next day and the next day. So a little cliffhanger. But Vincent, do me a favor. Could you tell our listeners what you have on the horizon, what you're most proud of, what horror means to you, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
Sure. Well, right now I'm just promoting We Came to Welcome You, a novel of suburban horror, which is a very, it is sort of what I imagine what it's like to live in a gated neighborhood. So the book just starts off with this, interracial lesbian couple moving into this gated neighborhood. And at first everything seems to be really nice. It's, there's a lot of perks. There's a community garden. They have like lots of events, to get to know your neighbors. And then weird things start happening, not just inside the home, but outside around the neighborhood. Like, so one thing that happens is that, a character goes on a walk and every single house looks identical down to the interior of the home, the furniture, the placement of like the decorations, and they never see anybody around. It's very eerie and feels like its own sort of like suburban hell in that matter. It's just like, it's at first glance, it's lovely. And then you start to look a little bit closer and you're like, why is there nobody around? Where are the parents? I keep seeing kids, but I've never seen any parents. It gets very eerie, and over time,
Goosebumps.
over time, you start to not trust the trees as much.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is always the big draw of a neighborhood. Like, it's like, oh, it's very green here. And in this book, it's not a good thing.
Oh no, Vincent, I live in a gated community.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm looking out my window. I'm like, what's wrong with the trees? Like,
I mean, it's not on the level of The Happening, if you've seen that movie. It's also not great, but it's just not that lethal yet.
Well,
okay.
Full
I can't wait to read that.
Full disclosure, Vincent. I grew up in Bayside. I'm a Queens kid. I grew up, close enough to the city, but it certainly wasn't the suburbs. And then I moved out to the suburbs when I was 9 years old. And I can tell you definitively, the suburbs are insanely weird and scary.
Yeah.
in their own unique, strange way. But yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first time I visited a gated neighborhood, I was doing my master's degree in Ohio. And I think it was around like the holidays. And so one of my classmates was like, everyone should come over and like we'll have like a whole, Thanksgiving feast. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm down for that. Free food. Who am I to deny myself free food?
Yeah.
And so someone came to like carpool all of us. And so we drive for a little bit. And then I noticed we come to a little stop, like this little it just looks like a security gate, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, is this the toll? Like, what's going on? And it's like, oh no, this is my neighborhood. I'm like, you live in a gated neighborhood? And then as we drive, and it's late at night, it is dark as hell outside. And so we're driving through the neighborhood, and I'm just like, so how do you know which house is yours? Because I can't tell any of these houses apart. And there's like, oh yeah, I know it's this one over here. And we drive up, we stop, and I'm just like, are you sure this is your house? Like, I don't see a name. I don't have any way of differentiating the houses. Like, I thought, I was like, am I about to get killed? Like, did I say yes to free food, but really it's my last meal? Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Had a great time, but it was just like very jarring to be like, okay, we have to go through these gates to a neighborhood where every house looks identical, and I don't see anybody around because it's, it's late at night, but now I'm like feeling unsettled.
And in your mind, you're like, okay, now it was a left, right, left from the gatehouse. So when I'm running out of here screaming, I need to do that backwards now.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I cannot wait to read this. This book is available for pre-order. Will you have any copies maybe on the 17th?
I will have a couple of copies, absolutely. Not a lot, because I've already been like shipping them out to like different friends who've been like dying to read it, and like, obviously bookstagrammers, but I will have at least like 5 or 6 copies.
Oh, all right, Cinners, you heard that. So get to Barnes and Noble. And it's going to be so much fun because the panel is, everyone that's on it, it's nothing but personality for days. And we're going to be talking horror. So what's better than that?
Literature and horror.
Yeah. Vincent, before we say goodbye, is there anything that you want our listeners to know specifically about either the event or what's on the horizon for you?
I don't know if I can talk about what's on the horizon for me,
okay,
so
then
I will simply just keep it to myself for now.
That's okay.
But I love the tease though. That's fantastic. Yeah. Well, look, we can't wait to be with you on the 17th. Like I said, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to start unpacking some of the horror, and we've got some good questions. None of them are really, we've got questions that hopefully will be conducive to really great conversations about what horror means to all the authors and their specific take on it. And I can't wait to hear yours.
Yeah, thank you. I'm honestly super excited for this event. I cannot wait.
It's going to be so much fun. So until then, Cinners, the 17th, Barnes and Noble. Shannon, give us the town again so I don't say Fishkill.
Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania.
Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Get there early, and there will be a book signing after the discussion. Of course, there's going to be a book signing as well, and let's make an afternoon of it, everyone. It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be great.
Woohoo! All right,
Yay.
take care, everybody.
All right, bye.
Bye. Have the cut.